of Liturgies 101, where we are talking and training you through some of the major areas of liturgies.com. And I'm with Matthew Price, and we're going to specifically look at the worship planner today. This is going to get to be the real fun stuff of Liturgies. We've done a lot of work in designing a worship planner that is specifically targeted towards the complexities of liturgical worship design. The beautiful thing about this is that even though we have designed it for liturgical worship, it certainly is not a platform that would be exclusive to liturgical worship. It's just that it has elements in it that are specifically adaptable to, what liturgical churches can use. So we want to show you through some of that today. So let's go, Matthew, into one of the plans. What we can do is start with a premium plan, and I'm going to drill down into Christmas here and find myself a Christmas service, because even though it's September, I am eager to start planning for Christmas. Here I am opening up. This is a premium worship plan that is available from the site, and I want to copy this to my account. So I go over to the options here, and I just say copy the plan. So I get a few options here. I can give it my own title, and I'm just going to say, call this My Christmas Worship Plan. And as for the date, how about we make this for December the 25th of this year, and the time will be 8 p.m. at night, and p.m. And pre-service, we won't go into that right now, but this is all going to be good enough. We won't make it public quite yet. And I'm going to copy that plan. So now that plan is going to be in my service, and I can go and open it up. So now this is, I'm not doing anything to the original. I've got my own copy of that plan. It's all in my account, and I can start navigating around it. So Matthew, you and I have worked together quite a bit on putting this whole package together. I would say you have been much more the content man, and I've been more the technology man. And I don't know, you'll have to attest as to whether you think that anyone who is not super techie can grasp all of the features that are available in this platform. Tell me about your experience.
Let me just say this, Ryan. My background is entirely in the humanities. I have an undergrad degree in English and a master's degree in church history. Neither of those are techie, as you said, and yet this is such an intuitive system. It's so easy to navigate through here and to make changes. I literally the learning curve was a matter of minutes. It's easy to move things around, and it's easy to add content. It's easy to make changes. The plan you see here, I put this plan together, and it was just a matter of adding and dropping, and there it was. So
okay, well, let's look at some of the things that you did with this and pulling this together, because that will give us a clue as to how we can go in and edit it. So you'll notice that when you hover over an area, anywhere in an open area, the blue bar shows up so you know exactly the context that you're in, whether it's expanded or not, and you just have to click on it to expand it like that.
And I might mention here, Ryan, you mentioned the blue bar. As you can see, you have the gathering and the service of the word. This also allows you to create headers for different sections of the service. So at the top, there is not a drop-down of additional text because that is a section. So it allows you to divide your service up, both in terms of sections as well as the content that would fall within that section.
That's right. But those headers really are just independent places. I can take that and drag that and drop it wherever I want. So all it is it's a type. Every one of these items, we call these items or elements, there are a certain type of them. So actually I'm going to show you specifically about that right now. So we're going to open up a very simple one here called the Gathering Song, and this is a reading about that. And I'm just going to go into the edit portion of this. And so you can see here that this is just an item. So the gathering there, that is actually called a header, and then the other type is a note. If you want to just have a note, that might be a lighting or a sound cue or something like that. And the reason why we offer notes is that then you can control whether you want to print those out in your final output. So in this gathering, I think this actually, I don't know if this is actually a song or not.
It is actually, and in fact, you'll see the brackets around it. If you look down under format tips, you'll see lyrics. Yes. You just put those in brackets, and then it will appear as italic, so that the congregation will know that these are lyrics. In most cases, like if you look down at "O Come All You Faithful," it will be a complete song. But in some cases, these are intros, and so those of you who are worship leaders, you'll be able to take those brief passages of music and make them your own. You'll be able to add the music that you want to that. So I'm just going to point directly here to this song, "O Come All You Faithful," because you'll notice when I'm in the edit of that, it just says lyrics because it's pulling the lyrics from praise charts. That's where that song came from. And so just to give an example here, if I was adding a new item, I could type in "O Come All You Faithful" because I want to look for a song that is titled "O Come All You Faithful." And here we see an entire list of songs that are drawn from the Praise Charts database, and I would be able to add any of those in to my my worship plan, or I can actually click over onto the Media tab, and if there was something specifically related to "O Come All You Faithful," so that could be like a keyword, a theme, anything that you're looking for to add into a worship plan, that would be called an item. And then once you add it in, if it's an actual ID, catalog ID from the Praise Charts database, I can just have lyrics in there, and it will automatically display all the lyrics. It will put the basic key in there. And then just diving into a little more complexity, let's look at the format tips, but I'm going to escape out of this, and I'm going to go into another item. This would be a great example of one, the second lesson. So this is a Bible lesson, and you can see in the text here that we just have the Bible verse like that because it's able to draw all of the text of that Bible verse from our database. And then you can see the reader and the people roles there. So we're going to look at the format tips. There's a very simple code, and I don't want any of you to get too intimidated by this code, but it does give a little flexibility in how everything displays. So the way we have it set up is that there's a very quick, brief reminder line here as to, oh yeah, if I wanted to enter lyrics, it's always in square brackets. If I want to make something bold, I put it between asterisks, italics, etc., etc. If you want more details, you can just open this, and then you can see this. To get this, there's an explanation of exactly what it is that you're getting, and then how you would type that. So all of the text is typed in basic text format, but the output gives you those formats. So some of you are not coders. After you use Liturgies, you can tell all your friends that you actually are a coder. This is a special code that we have designed just for you. So one of the things that I haven't actually included in the format tips is in liturgical worship, there's a lot of responsive activities, so that there's a reader and there are the congregation or the people. So there's a lot of interactive reading and singing and stuff like that. So we've designed it, you will notice,
that when you have a reader role and a people, it's able to recognize that colon and put in this kind of outdented type of format, so that if we were to take and expand all the items here, you'll notice that throughout the service there are various areas that are outdented. It's actually a little glitch in our program. We are going to clean this up, that all of this would be nicely aligned and easy for your congregation to read along with. So those are those areas, and you can go in to the to the edit mode and just experiment with the different features that are there. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just flip down to the bottom here and just show an example of if I was to add a new item. It gives me an open screen, so I'm going to add the song "Open the Eyes of My Heart." Even though it's not a Christmas song, I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to add that to the plan. So there you can see how quickly it just adds right in. There's all the lyrics that are there, and it's ready to be implemented into your service. And then I can be like, I actually didn't want it right there in my service. I want to take that and drag that right up to just before the end of the service. However it is that you want it, it's all click and drag. So then, flipping back up to the top here, I'm just going to go to the options and then the details, because before I actually output, I might want to fill in who the worship leader is, who the speaker, the message title, series, different options that I have, any scriptures that are used. I can identify it, the style of it, and any notes that I might want to write in about the service. So those are options that I would have, so that some of those options will display in the final output. So then we actually go to the print export screen, and there are a few options there. We're going to be adding more options, but for now we've got PDF and text, and then there is a congregational version, a leader version, a summary, and then custom, and all of those are just various configurations of the different columns and different types of content that you want to include. So just as an example, I've got, oops, that's not supposed to show up there, but I've got a PDF that I can show you of a final outputted version of a service. This might be something that you could print out for your congregation, and it's all paginated and basically just ready for the printer. And one of the things that we're going to be working on in the very near future is a few different options for PDF output, so that you can do full page or half page booklet format and just make a really nice, clean, printed liturgical service ready to go into your photocopier and output. So that's it. Matthew, was there anything that you think I missed or that you want to emphasize here?
I can't emphasize enough how intuitive and how easy this Liturgies.com, the service planner tool is. It's for everyone, regardless of your background or technical expertise.
Well, I have to say it was largely inspired by a time that I went to visit a liturgical church, and they had 2 full-time staff who were dedicated to planning these services, and the lady showed me her 30-page booklet that they produce every week, and all the cut and paste and design and publishing and all of that went into designing that service for their church. And that was just a commitment that they had made. But it just really impressed upon me, I want to make liturgies so simple to use that anybody, even if you had 3 or 4 hours in a week instead of 40 or 60, that you could go in, start from a premium designed, well thought out service, make a few adjustments, customizing it to the unique needs of your own church, and output something that's ready for the printer, and other people will look at you and think you're simply amazing. And you know what? You are, because that's what we're all about, is just enhancing the gifts that God has given you and hopefully encouraging you in your ministry. So that's how our premium worship plans work. and the worship planner, and you will find that if you are not a subscriber, you'll have some limitations to exactly what you can do, but we've made it very affordable to subscribe, one price, all access. There's so much available in Liturgies.com. This worship planning system is just the tip of the iceberg. We hope it's a great encouragement to you. Thanks, Matthew.
Thank you, Ryan.